And welcome everybody to our district training assembly meeting tonight. It's community service. And Myron Allen is our speaker tonight. She's the president of the Temecula Sunrise Rotary Club and is our incoming community service chair for our Rotary district. And so we welcome Myra here tonight to lead us in community service training and look forward to that. And I will, Myra, I will share my screen for your PowerPoint.
Okay. Thank you, Rudy, for the introduction. And let me give you a little bit of background of my volunteering experience with Rotary. I've been a Rotary volunteer for over 26 years in District 5320. I became a Temecula Sunrise Rotarian member, the Mighty Superstars, in June of 2018. I've been servicing the community from the age of 5 with my parents. Attending a private school, you are required a certain amount of hours for community service, cooking, feeding the homeless, fundraising, etc. As owners of restaurants, we had a once in a month free food for the homeless and for the underprivileged families. I have continued through my life existence, carrying our legacy being a philanthropic family. I'm a very hands-on person and very active in sports. I'm laughing about this because I'll let you guys in later on for Dan's roast. I've done Taekwondo, kickboxing. I was a bodybuilder in my younger years, not anymore. Softball, tennis, basketball, cross country. I enjoy golfing. I've been a coach at my son's schools. I've coached basketball, cross country, and track and field. I'm a compliance manager by trade and co-owner of our own landscape construction company. That is part of who I am, and I welcome everyone to our District 5330 Assembly Community Service presentation for 2021-22 under our Governor, Dan Goodrich. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we will start our presentation. Next slide. Rudy. Okay, everybody already has reoccurring annual community service projects. Examples. For our club, we have the Run Through the Vineyards, the Elementary School Literacy Project, RILA, Pride, Interact High School Service Club, scholarships for students and at-risk youth, speech, music and art competitions, safety town awareness courses, robotics program, teacher and student of the month, community Christmas dinner, and our monthly service projects, bus bench cleaning, Community Mission of Hope Pantry, and assisting the Temecula Historical Society Museum. So what are yours? Think about yours. As Club Rotary, we have many projects that we are involved with. Which ones get the biggest number of volunteers? Okay. Moving forward. Okay. Rotarians join and stay in Rotary for two main reasons. Camaraderie. What? That's a tongue twister. Community service. Community service is your club's greatest opportunity to get to know new members and keep existing. Okay. Community service builds camaraderie. Members don't really get to know someone sitting across the table from them eating and listening to a meeting. Members do get to know someone when they are working shoulder to shoulder before the pandemic era and hand to hand on a project. Now, we are looking forward in re-engaging in our projects with the social distancing and with safety as we come out of this COVID-19. Community service is also the best way to recruit new members. Examples: encouraging your members to invite a family member, a grandchild, 18 and over, of course, a neighbor or a friend to a project. They will see what Rotary is all about. We are people of action. Community service is our stage for the community to see who we are and what we really do. All community service projects have a life cycle. Assign a chairperson, and I believe most of you are here as community service, what do you call it, a chairperson, or you're involved in international or special projects. So this is very informative. Planning and organizing is the key. Resource requirements, financial, manpower always, logistics, PR, advertising, conventional and social media. Building a timeline, execute the project or event, assess success and opportunities for improvement, and be flexible to change. All community service projects have a life cycle. Resource assessment, backgrounds of members in the club, expertise that might be required, the most your club can afford to spend. We have a budget. Have a budget and stick to it. Find a way to get feedback from the community before, during, and after. With social media, it's quick and easy. Always do a community assessment. Even if you've done the project for many years, things change. What was an A+ priority 8 years ago might be an A- priority now. Some projects are old, but with some TLC, we can bring them back to life with new changes. Fishing expeditions can be fun and fruitful. Recreation centers, religion institutions, schools, let's see, hospitals, the city, there is no end to the need in our community. Okay, always do a community assessment. Again, ask the other clubs in the district, what are your best community service projects? Drop into the city council, chamber of commerce, or HOA meetings as a visitor. Throw the question out at the club meetings. Many 501c3s will speak at your club. Sometimes opportunities are in your lap for partnering or assisting. Okay, for new service projects, plant the seed for various projects. If one of the seeds doesn't sprout, keep planting other seeds. Keep planting and planting other seeds. Never give up. Start small. It's the quality, not the quantity. Hold a committee critic meeting in person or a virtual Zoom to review all new and repeat projects. Make sure to document it so that it goes into the notebook for the next time around. Schedule the time or have the project chair find and attend similar projects from other clubs in the district or other organizations. for new service projects. Don't be afraid to partner and assist other organizations or club existing projects. With the onset of Zoom meetings, experts can join your group discussions from anywhere so you can maximize your knowledge base. Always be sure to acknowledge the members that put the most into the project. Remember, nothing is more rewarding than knowing you have changed lives with your goodwill and your own hands. 1 second, please mute yourselves. Okay, so we are all in this together, making a difference in our community service projects. Community service builds Rotarians and can be the greatest source of recruiting future Rotarians. Remember, the number one reason people join Rotary is camaraderie and community service. All right, this is our theme, Service to Change Lives for 2021-22. So community service projects are our stage for the community to know who we are and what we do. So our governor citation requirements for 2021-22 for the community service, you need at least 3 of these qualifications. Conduct a community assessment needs, join another organization on a community project or fundraiser, secure a district or Wallace Jones grant, participate in a Rotary Service Day, enter a foursome at the district golf tourney. For extra credits, earn the presidential citation, have a club member on the district staff, net club growth for the year, and enter a foursome at the district golf tourney. So I'm leaving you with 2 quotes. You see my email. I'm here for you. I will be working with each and every club. Looking forward to a successful community service year together. One of the quotes that I've used in my coaching experience and with my kids and teaching others, teamwork is very important. So what I used to do, and I'm going to show you as way of the hands how I did it. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a progress. Working together is a success. So together. Another one, Vince Lombardi, a coach. The achievement of an organizations are the results of the combined efforts of each other. We're here for each other. We're not alone. I'm a phone call away. And I will learn from you guys. And I thank you for taking the time in this presentation. And let's make 2021-2022 and our District Governor Dan Goodrich proud of us. Thank you very much. Any questions? Questions, comments, critiques?
Yeah, can you please send the citation requirements to the people on this call or chat?
Okay.
For the governor citation? I don't know where to look that up, or
I will. I'll email the PowerPoint with those to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Any suggestions on how people have achieved some of that stuff in the past? Or I'd love to go over that list again.
Yeah, let's. Why don't we go around the room here, Myra, if we could? You mentioned what you were doing in your club. Perhaps some of the other clubs would share a couple of their projects that they're doing and/or challenges they've had with those. Carol, what projects are you doing out in Palm Desert in community service?
Well, we initiated a program during COVID called Angels of Service, where we collect donations from our club members each week, and then every other week we have we go to Albertsons, which we've formed a fabulous partnership with, and we buy about $250 to $300 worth of groceries that are then delivered to one of 4 rotating beneficiaries in the program. And it's been a wildly successful program, and I think part of it is because the members feel as though they're actually doing something. And we've all been wringing our hands and trying to figure out how can we be helpful during this pandemic, and it's been a great little program. And we do the speech contest. We've got a wonderful speech contest champion in our club. Of course, we've always done Ryland and Pride. That's
Great, Carol. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Dawn up in Big Bear, could you give us a couple of the projects that you might be working on in this next Rotary year?
Yeah, we are going to stick to the tried and true of the holiday collaborative program, and that's something we work on with Seroptimus, Lions Club, and the Elks, and that really is giving gifts, food to anyone in the valley who needs it. There really aren't any limits, so that's a huge undertaking, and we're happy to be doing it again, as well as our own Santa program. And we're hoping this year we can actually go inside the homes again and surprise all the kids. It's usually 300 to 400 kids a year that we personally visit, with 5 Santas a night over 3 nights. So we're going to keep to the tried and true. And what we've revamped a little is our Interact Club put together a drive-through haunted house this week. So it was a huge, wildly huge success. And we're also doing a drive-through car wash this weekend and the weekend after, handing out masks in the village. So we've kept community service with the COVID adjustments and still made Rotary a presence, and we will continue to do so.
That's great. I may come up and get my car washed. Rudy, what's going on out in Coachella Valley? What are your projects you work on?
Hello, everybody. We had a guest speaker yesterday. That was Chuck Weisbart from Idlewild, and he mentioned a project that they were doing where they were building a small desk for the students that were stuck at home with COVID, with the COVID situation. And we decided we would go ahead and do that ourselves, because as we focus on the East Valley, there's a lot of the students and families of the Coachella Valley Unified School District that live in trailers. So they have a very difficult time finding space for them to do their homework and whatever schoolwork that they have to do. So we're gonna be getting some information from Chuck and his club to start building some small desks, the computer type desks for the kids to use over here in the East Valley of Coachella.
That's perfect. Thank you. Gary, you can unmute yourself there. What's your club and what community service projects have you worked on or will work on?
Yes, Gary Kerstetter, part of San Bernardino Loma Linda Crossroads, member with Dr. Monsieur Massey, past district governor. And we have been quite busy even during the COVID year. We have donated on several occasions to several community center in Colton and in Redlands, jackets, especially during the winter time, and a lot of food and clothing and people that were in need. We also worked together with one of our members who is the squadron leader for the Sons of the American Legion. And we've participated in providing 192 Thanksgiving baskets to young Marine families down at Camp Pendleton. We also donated over 600 toys to a very, very, probably the poorest income elementary school in the Redlands Unified School District. And again, a number of these things we will continue to do from year to year. And so again, we look forward to it. We also look forward to working with any other club in any of your projects. So welcome to contact me through Dr. Massey.
Well, thank you. Jimmy Hesh.
Our
What-
club president Myra pretty much say everything.
Well, she said everything for you, right?
Yeah, I personally do bus bench for the last 20 some years. My key is whatever you do, you need to remind member. Like we do bus bench on Saturday every month. What I did is I will announce on our Tuesday meeting, and Friday night I will send out the email again. Just remind members, say, hey, tomorrow, 7:00, we'll meet you at the Shell station. That way, the member won't forget. Otherwise, no matter what project you do, sometimes you don't have enough people to support you. And then they just forget it. It's not, they don't want to.
Mhm.
So reminder is very, very important. That's what I believe.
Can you share, Jimmy, our collaboration or our volunteering, helping the Marietta Club, what we just recently did?
Oh yeah, Marietta has a what's that called? High for
It's
Hey.
oh my
Can I
God,
break in?
Sure.
oh yeah.
Hi,
Dr.
Jim
Jim,
Yanishik with the Murrieta Club.
Yes.
Typically, we do a special needs adult Valentine's dance.
Dr. Jim.
Hey, guys. And because of COVID, we couldn't do it in person. Typically, we'll get 150 special needs adult from Southwest Riverside County. And we rent out the community center in Murrieta and invite not only special needs adults, but their family and caregivers. And we have a DJ that comes, Larry Potter, who used to live in Murrieta, drives up from San Diego for many years. We had the person that does the meals, she flies in from Oregon because she moved there 3 years ago. That's how much fun they have. But this year we had to do a virtual one, and we partnered with the Temecula Sunrise, and Jimmy and Myra came and helped out on a virtual Easter treasure hunt. So things like that where you can partner with other clubs is a really good fundraising and great thing to do. So talk to other clubs. Sometimes it may not be money that they need. They may need manpower, but it's really good to just get out and see what other clubs do.
Thanks,
Rudy, could I say something about Jimmy?
Sure.
Jimmy is an outstanding worldwide traveler.
Yes.
And I went to India with him. And
I went with you.
and we had a team of 6 people that we went to India. I tell you, if you want to know somebody who really loves people and loves to serve, and he is also a really comedian of the party, that is Jimmy. He kept us really lively, and we had a great time. And so, Jimmy, do call me. We have another something working together.
Okay.
We knew
Thank
that
you,
about
Governor.
we knew that about Jimmy. Bill Orr, how about down in San Bernardino Club? Unmute yourself, please.
So one of our big projects has been Happy Feet, and we've not been able to do that because we've either done it at the start of the school year. Basically, what we try to do is to find a group of 50 to 75 of the children in need from Salvation Army or some of the other areas. And we take them to a shoe store and they get to pick out whatever shoes they want. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I got to pick out whatever shoes my mother wanted. So we don't let the parents go in. We make certain a Rotarian goes in with each of these children. And we try to make certain they stay away from flip-flops or something that's not going to last them at all. But they get to pick out their pair of shoes and socks that match those particular shoes. And that's one of our major projects we try to do each year.
Thanks, Bill. And I know Karen and I had the privilege of being part of that one year. That's good. Hey, Don Casper, as a DGN out there in your club, what's your customer service or what's your community service project, please?
Our big project, or the one that we're known for, is for the last 25 years, we've hosted the Coachella Valley Middle School Math Field Day. Unfortunately, with COVID, we missed out last year. And because of the school situation this year, we've already been told that we will not have one for 21. So we'll be waiting until next April to put that back together again. But that is one of our signature projects. We have 300 plus 6th, 7th, and 8th graders come and compete for one day. It's a great project, and it really emphasizes the importance of math and what math has. So many things in our everyday life has a basis that comes out of mathematics. So it's good to see these kids embrace it, and we treat it as the Olympics for the mathletes, and giving it the same glory that sports does. So the kids come in, they're in uniform, they create their own uniforms, and it's teams of 10, and it goes really well. But unfortunately with COVID, we've missed it for a couple of years. In the meantime, Chris Schultz is on the call. He's our community service chair for our club. We just got done feeding the 4 firehouses in Indio, as well as JFK's emergency room. We did the mask project. Just a lot of little things that we can pick up in the community and help Indio out. And then we just got done this about 2 weekends ago. We did a joint project with our brothers and sisters in Indio Sunrise, and put on a fundraising event that turned out extremely well. So you just have to look for things and be creative in this period of time with the COVID, that some of the things that we always do, we're not able to do right now. And but there's a lot of need out there, especially out in the Coachella Valley, and we just try to address it.
There's need
Absolutely.
everywhere, Don. Thank you for that. That's great.
And I would like to chime in really quick. We just started this scholarship book with the actual elementary schools here in Indio. So our club donated money to 4 different schools. It was such a success that the teachers were taking money out of their budget and matching it. And so we had one school, I believe it was, that each one of the new students coming back to the school, which was, I believe, a 2nd grader, they received a book that they could take home and read. And so this new scholarship thing is definitely building momentum for the school books.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. That's super. Ed McBride, you're out in Palm Springs, I think.
Hi, everyone. Yes, Palm Springs noon. Yeah, like everyone, I echo that our normal every year projects were impacted greatly by COVID. However, there were 2 that we really determined to do this year. One of them is with our Interact Club. We went to CVS and they donated about 500 hand sanitizers, wipes, masks, and we created, or the Interact Club created packets. They went to the Mizell Senior Center, handed those out. Went into the Sunrise Park to hand out to our homeless population. And it was quite rewarding. Everyone really appreciated that one. The other one that's been on again and off again, but I think it's going to be on again now, is the Milt Levinson Memorial Book Giveaway. So many of you knew Milt, and this was one of his favorite projects every year. And we've named it after him, where we went to Penguin Random House in New York, and they sent us close to 500 books for the Kauai Elementary School. And we've just been waiting for them to come back to class, but we think they're about to come back, and so we'll hand those out. That's really one of the best projects. It's always at Christmas usually, but of course this year it'll be in the spring.
Thanks for sharing, Ed. Thank you very much. Michelle.
Rudy, are the clubs still doing dictionary projects?
Several clubs are, although there's some feedback from the schools that the kids go on their smartphones and iPads and do Wikipedia versus that. I'm not sure that, I still think kids get a benefit out of having a thesaurus or dictionary in their hands. I don't think you can give up having a real book in your hand. But several clubs have backed off based on what the schools have said. So I think it's up to the club and connecting with your school on what you think is appropriate.
The reason I ask that is a few years ago when I was president the first time, Stater Brothers actually supported our club with the dictionary project. And basically we put in there donated by Stater Brothers and the Rotary Club of San Bernardino. However, they gave an indication that they would be more than willing to donate the dictionaries for any club within our district that want to do the project. All they would need to do is to put the decal in it to indicate, because when that Stater Brothers name is there, almost every kid in every class I've given them to has said, oh, my mom does, or my neighbor does, they work there, they do this, they go there, they do this. It's been a project, but they had given us, the year that we did it, I think there were 7 clubs that joined us that year. And I don't know whether we'll be able to again this year, but in the fall, I think most of the schools are going to open up again. And,
that's good.
Worthwhile to start the projects again.
Yeah, that's good sharing. Why don't we, and I'm sure Myra can connect with you also and expand on this. Myra, I hope you don't mind me going through this with folks so
No,
we can learn.
I have Carol raising her hand.
Hey, Carol, go ahead.
I was just going to chime in and say that we have been very grateful to Stater Brothers, and in the last 4 or 5 years, they have been extraordinarily generous in donating to our literacy committee. So,
yeah, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
Michelle, unmute yourself there. What club are you in, Michelle?
Hi, everyone. I'm with the Paris Rotary.
Oh,
there you go. Tell us about your work down there with Mike Behrens and what's going on in Paris.
Yes, definitely. And I have to preface this. I'm not nearly as active in Rotary as I'd like to be because of my day job. So Mike's list is much longer than mine. but so I'll rattle off a few of the ones that I have been able to participate in that I've really enjoyed. We do the speech contests out in Paris. I know we participate in RILA. I've not been able to participate in that, though I did participate as a student in Paris at Paris High School. So I participated on the other end of that. We do the dictionary distribution to our 3rd grade classes throughout the city. I enjoy that one as well. And I know we, during typical years, support the Paris Elementary School District's annual 5K run with our volunteer. We do the water stations throughout the 5K and general organization for the event. And my personal favorite is the Thanksgiving Day Turkey on Wheels event that we do every Thanksgiving, where we donate and bring in a bunch of the Thanksgiving courses, and we package them into individual meals and distribute them to food banks and just throughout the community. That's my personal favorite event.
No, thank you. And Mike Behrens just said he couldn't unmute because he was in the middle of too much noise, but they do 30. You have 30 other projects going on down there in Paris. So that's great. Thank you. Dawn Layton, what club are you in? Please unmute yourself. Tell us what you're doing in community service.
Hi, I'm with the Murrieta Club with Jim Janacek, and we did the hide nor hair for the adult special needs, which was a lot of fun just a few days ago.
Yes.
And we just had a meeting for the Field of Honor, which I've done 2 years now, and I'm loving it. And I'm fairly new, so Jim's really good at saying everything we do, and I like to hide in the background. I'm out camping right now, so you could probably hear my ocean.
Well, that's good. You enjoy out there. James Fleming in Hemet down there. What are you guys doing in Hemet?
I got a pretty good list going. So we started off the year in 9/11 going around, especially since COVID and the first responders. We went around to all the firehouses and the police station and just brought them some donuts and honored them with signs and cards from our community to show their support. And that was nice. That was kind of one of those things where you get creative, right? Because of COVID. So we brought them coffee and donuts to each station. That was really wonderful. Veterans Day, there was a local lodge, and we were able to have a little acknowledgement and fundraiser for people there, or a gift giveaway. Like we raised some gifts and then gave it to some veterans on Veterans Day. Let me see, at Christmas time, I mean, there were several things going on. One of them, there was a mobile home park in need that they reached out to the Salvation Army, which is my representative, and who I represent, and they asked us for, they said, hey, our kids in the park don't have anything. They don't know where to get. Parents don't have stuff. They're just, they're broke and all this stuff. So we quickly, in a week's time, got them over, like, I don't know, 40, 50 blankets for the seniors that were there, and disabled seniors that were there, and gifts and gift cards. And we all worked together. That was amazing. There's been there's a youth center in our community. There's like an ongoing, every month, 300, up to 300 kids. So there might be 4 in one car, drive through this youth center and do like this acknowledgement. We say hi to the kids, and each month's a different theme. So we're like one of the head volunteer communities. We cook the hot dogs for them, and for this event for these youth, that's like once a month. So it's kind of an ongoing thing. It's amazing. And so we put together 300 bags of something, with a little Rotary sticker on it. So that's kind of cool. There's been, I don't know, food box programs that are like probably too abundant to give you numbers in, where seniors in our community have just received tons. I mean, I really, I'm not exaggerating, of food. We've just kept our community fed through different resources, which has been beautiful. And then we've also done cleanups at the park. There's been we have a huge Simpson Park. I don't know, it's a pretty big hiking place. We cleaned up the whole place. We did we cleaned weeds out and did all this whole thing, so the trails look nice and the park looked nice. I've done a couple of those. There was one more I wrote down here that I thought was pretty cool. Oh yeah, the Interact Club put together 100 food boxes at the Salvation Army that we worked together for seniors that 55 and older, right in the heart of COVID too, that weren't able to get food. We were able to put together a nice food box for them, and they helped me do that. So that was amazing. So we had, I don't know, and I'm missing a lot too. Our club has been rocking it. I really appreciate our club and their heart for community service. They've made my job easy.
No, that's great. Thank you very much. I want to have Lisa Broderick jump in here. Lisa is a member of RE Club of World Peace, and her nonprofit is Police to Peace. And Lisa, tell us what work you're doing, especially in Redlands with the police department.
Wow. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, and Lieutenant, so nice to meet you over Zoom. Yes, I'm the Executive Director of Police to Peace, which is a national organization. So we consider our community to be national. But one of our communities is in our club, and that is Redlands, California, where we work on community engagement and policing to unite departments and communities around programs that uplift and heal them. And one way we do that is by introducing the term peace officer into a community. And so in Redlands, California, we did an experiment going back to 2018, where we put peace officer on every vehicle as an experiment with the police department. And then we gauge community sentiment before and after, and officer sentiment. And it's been a wildly successful program. And so based on that pilot, we rolled out around the country. And this type of repairing fractured relationships. Redlands is not a community which has a fractured relationship, but we work in many communities that do, where introducing programs that can really uplift and heal communities of color with their police department, disenfranchised communities that are historically underrepresented and unrepresented, by bringing them together in other community programs is something that we're all about. And we are big into Rotary, thanks to Rudy and everyone on this call and everyone in our clubs. So I'm excited to be here.
Oh, thanks for sharing that, Lisa. It's a great, important program. Anybody who wants to connect with Lisa, let me know. And we need to continue to expand that program right now, especially. We've got some opportunity to work on this. And so Lisa's pretty busy at the moment. One of the other members of our club is Josiah Bruni. Josiah, many of you may know, has been doing work with Music Changing Lives with our young people, but also working on feeding the hungry, in hot meals, as well as collecting produce, saving that from our grocery stores across the Inland Empire here, and feeding hundreds of thousands of people every week. And so recently, they just this last weekend, I had brought 400 people together to plant plants to attract butterflies down in one area with young people and a group in San Bernardino. So we've got some work going on there on building peace in our communities here and working with our youth together, even in our E-Club World Peace. Sherry O'Connell, what club are you in, please?
Hey, thanks. I'm actually in the Yucaipa Rotary Club. My day job is working for the city of Yucaipa. I'm the emergency services coordinator, and that comes after almost 30 years with the Sheriff's Department in a non-sworn capacity. And so it's been fun for me because I kind of was thrown into the community services, or will be, at the end of this year, or fiscal year, I should say. And so my whole spin has been on public safety as well. And we have aside from the things that we do, like the Christmas baskets, the Easter baskets, and all the other programs we do, we're starting to really hit the public safety as well. And that's because I get to get everyone involved. So we do the Bicycle Rodeo National Night Out. We do several of those projects. Probably the one that's most near and dear to my heart right now, and that we'll start getting going again here this summer, is the Sound the Alarm program. Now that's a Red Cross program, but in the city of Yucaipa, we have 41 mobile home parks, actually 43, 41 that we claim. The other two are, I don't know why we don't claim them. They're private, but the 41 mobile home parks that we have, that's a heck of a lot. A lot of them are low income, a lot are senior housing. And when Red Cross started partnering with my volunteers, city volunteers, CERT volunteers, to go out and hold these Sound the Alarm events, they were able to come out and help us once or twice a year. But with 41 mobile home parks, and with the fact that I am the emergency manager here, that's the kind of stuff that keeps me awake at night. So the Sound the Alarm program is a program where we go in and basically the Red Cross provides the alarms, and we go in and we put them in mobile home parks for these residents. And Rotary last year, we are now partnering. They are partnering with us. I'm obviously a Rotarian as well. And we'd like to hit every one of those parks in short order. And I was able to get a grant, and we bought our own equipment so that we have the trailer and everything that we need. And Red Cross still provides those alarms. So we hold events, and Rotary's heavily involved in that as well. And it's been a blast.
No, super. Thank you for sharing that. David Wick, would you tell us about what's going on in Ashland, Oregon?
Well, we have been very involved with a number of things, and one of which is the homeless shelter, which we really have focused in on how to support the training of the staff and volunteers. And with COVID, that changed dramatically, but it really become very successful in a kind of a wraparound program, helping the homeless people really find housing, and the rest really engaging in that way. We also were inspired by Lisa Broderick's work with Police to Peace, and brought that to our police department. And the chief here said, yes, let's do that. And that has become part of the community, with all of our police vehicles having peace officer. And what we found is that, influencing the community, but it also is influencing the officers themselves, and how they see themselves and the work that they are doing. And also working with the students in the middle school is one of the projects that we have here, which is a World Peace Flame, but helping them understand the importance and values of peace in their own life, with their families and schools. So reaching out in a variety of ways into the community.
No, super. Thank you. I know I probably missed a couple here. Armando, what club are you in?
Hi there. Good afternoon. Yes, I'm with the Paris location. I work work for the city of Paris, and some of the things that we've been doing with our city, has been helping out the businesses. Unfortunately, like I haven't had the opportunity yet to go out and do, participate with some of the activities in the Paris chapter, but I'm definitely looking forward to that.
If I may chime in, Armando joined very recently. He's about a month in the club.
Don't worry, I'm going to get you very involved this year.
Looking forward to it.
Hey, Rudy, this is Troy with Redland Sunrise. Can you hear me?
Hi, Troy.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I've been driving the whole time, so I quickly pulled over and jotted down some notes. But for our club, yeah, we had a lot of our large events canceled because of COVID, obviously. So we did the mask giveaway to the community. We also did a lot of boxed food deliveries to different locations in town, helping out, the homeless shelters and things like that. Churches. What else did we do? Community cleanup. We were blessed with some extra money, and we were able to give that out to the YMCA and Cops for Kids, so that the cops can go and bring the kids out and actually shop with them this year. So that was great. We also had a drive-through Christmas parade at the Barrage Mansion, and we were able to collect letters to Santa and be able to send those off. So that was great, and reply back to those. We also had a Christmas parade that we had participated in, where it was all the lights and, had people driving through a park, and we were able to do that with them. What else did we do? One of the large things we're doing, and we continue to do, is a sandwich program. And what we've done is we actually asked each one of our members to pick a day and make 20 sandwiches. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we picked each club member pick a day out of the week, make at least 20 sandwiches. People are now making 40 to 200 sandwiches per day, and dropping them off at the Family Services Association area for RCRC. And we've made thousands of sandwiches throughout this last 8 months, and dropped them off in every day, Sunday through Sunday. We're doing it every day of the week, and they're just so happy to have us doing that. And we're able to just keep giving back that way. So.
No, super. Jim Janosik, get your hand
Yes,
up.
I did, Rudy. I think it's Lieutenant Fleming, I see on the Zoom call, asked about the governor's citation. And it seems like there's a lot of people here that have a few weeks of Rotary experience to decades of Rotary experience. But what you can do to check off a lot of boxes, and a lot of these people are with the school district or the police department, the fire, the hospitals. Talk to them, and that will help your needs assessment of the community. So you got that one checked off. And then once they tell you what they need, then you may start or already have a project in mind, in the hopper. I heard Salvation Army a lot of times. What we do down Southwest Riverside County is help bell ring. That would partner with. That's their big time to raise funds. Talk with the Red Cross. Again, all these are partnerships, things you can think about to get a lot of the district citations checked off. And it is fairly easy to get that governor's citation. So that's all I had.
No, that's great. Thank you. Myra, I'm going to hand that back to you. Would you go back over what you discussed this evening and give some feedback, please?
Yes. And I wanted to ask John, did I miss anything from our club? John Grimm is our incoming president. Go ahead, John.
Did you miss anything? You missed so much. I got to hand it to Myra, our club president, because a lot of clubs have had to cancel projects because of COVID. She was really ingenuitive and instead of canceling, we changed them. For instance, we worked with our Interact Club, and we usually do use our Wallace Grant, Wallace Jones grant for a seniors dance. Instead of doing the seniors dance, we worked with the Interact Club to get Christmas cards, to get little packets of goodies out to them, just to let them know that we're still thinking about them and they're not all alone, despite they're homebound seniors. And one of our big projects is one that we partner with all the other Temecula clubs, and we do the community Christmas dinner. And we serve like somewhere around 2,000 people every year. And this year, instead of having it all in person at the community center out here, it was still at the community center, but we had a drive-through where people picked up their food. And I unfortunately wasn't able to volunteer this year. I was flying out, but to see the impact, like I got to kind of see the impact in a different way, because I had to take an Uber, and I told my Uber driver about it, and he just started crying because he didn't know what he was going to do for Christmas dinner. And it was just him and his mom, and he's like, "Thank you. I didn't know what we were gonna do." So, Myra, did you miss some things? Yeah, I just don't think we have enough time to go through all of them.
That's good. Good. Dan, Governor-elect Dan's got his hand up there. Dan, go ahead. Unmute yourself, Dan.
Let me lower my hand. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rotarians, you blow me away.
Oh, wow.
I've been sitting here listening to everybody. Do you realize I just wrote a few of these things down? Youth, seniors, homeless, first responders, veterans, cleanups, food, mass COVID, literacy programs, math programs in the middle of a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
How would you calculate? Rudy, do you mind making me so I can share my screen for just a second too?
Yeah, hold on one second.
How many people in the middle of a pandemic would you imagine you've touched in each one of your communities or around the world? Tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people, I'm sure. So community service to me is one of the pillars of why I'm in Rotary. For any of you that have heard me talk, I'm in Rotary because of community service, and I'm in Rotary because of youth. So one of the things that I did for this year, and how important service is to me, is I developed a pin. And this is the pin for the 21-22 year. So to me, every one of us are Rotary stars. And those 5 stars on the bottom that are in blue represent the 5 areas of service. So I'm going to say, Myra, you're the first star, okay? Just because you're the first presentation that I've been able to pop this thing out with.
Thank you.
I think that as a district, we can do more. I know we can. And I do believe by doing more community service, we will grow. We will increase our reach, and we will increase our impact. Some of you have mentioned about how you've partnered with other organizations. That's so wonderful to get the community spirit. I know I can only speak from the experience of what I've heard in the room tonight and what my own club does. It's phenomenal when we work together. It's even better when we can work together as Rotary clubs, and that's going to be a focus in 21-22. Not only do I want you to partner with the Lions and the Kiwanis and the Salvation Army, I'd like to see you partner with your own Rotary clubs. Temecula does a wonderful job at Christmas. All the Temecula clubs come together, and they're serving 300 plus people at Christmas time. I know out in the desert, they got the President's Council, and you're continually working together. So those are areas that we could all improve upon, I'm sure. I know we can. And I think, and I believe that we all on this call have the heart and the passion to do it. I'm just blown away. I love to listen to the Rotary stories of community service. I love to hear what we're all doing. I think we learn from each other by listening, and expressing our own ideas and our own projects helps others along the way as well. So for me, I don't usually get too wrapped up in heartfelt, but I'm sitting here and listening to everybody, and my heart is just warmed immensely from all the work that you're doing in your communities. It's huge to me. It's just overwhelming a little bit, but I just want to say thank you for everything you're doing. If nobody's telling you, I'm telling you, thank you, because you are making a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Exactly.
And I think you all deserve a big hand for yourself. So I'm going to give you my own clap tonight. And I'm going to say thank you for attending and showing up and spending an hour of your day, because I'm inspired by you. And I just think that that's wonderful. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you. And Myra, you got the final word.
Yes, before Gary just raised his hand.
Oh, no, that's all right. I was clapping. Sorry, I must have.
Oh, well, thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time. And we're going to rock for 21-22 as a community service. I will be joining as much as possible all the Rotary clubs, and we will collaborate not only among the zones, but also possibly with other districts. That's my goal, to join other districts and join them and have them join us. So by June, I would like please bring it back to your presidents and let them know to give me the names of and emails of your community service chair, so I can start working with them in June. And thank you, everybody, for doing an amazing job out in the community, changing lives, service above self, and we are people of action.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Myra. Great presentation.
Thank you so much.